Kizzie, I have a confession to make, and her name is Fluffy. Well, as most of you know, my first love was spiders. I've been looking at spiders and studying them since I was 3. Now, Fluffy was my first tarantula ever. I remember the day like it was yesterday. I got her when I was 5. Now, if you do the math, 3 and then 5, I spent 2 years researching this lovely creature and all the other spiders that I like. Now, I thought what better way to honor her than talking about her during this festive love season. In fact, I even got her a gift from the bottom of my heart. Now, Kizzie, don't be jealous. Oh, come on, you're my best friend, but, I mean, look at her. What's not to love? Yes, you can have a heart too. Just shh.
Aw, isn't she cute? Well, now that you've had your dose of cuteness, it's time to turn on today's subject. Arachnids. I'm talking about the creepy, crawly things that you run away from and start screaming if you see them in the bathroom at night. Yeah, let's talk about those guys. Spiders. Creatures of your nightmare? Not so much after this. But who am I to tell you? Let's show you. Come on, come with me.
This is Fluffy, a Grammostola rosea, or G. rosea, or even rosy-haired tarantula, as you might know them. Now, I got so interested in spiders because when I was 3, I was absolutely terrified as a little spider ran across my car seat. Now, when I say terrified, I made my dad pull over and almost fall into a ditch because I was so scared. Now, when he got the spider out of the car, he... Cover her ears. Killed it. And when I got home, I was so upset, I wanted to know what exactly a spider was. So I started researching, and I discovered that the spider that was in my car seat was harmless, and that there were even bigger and better spiders out there. And Fluffy here, well, she's a well-rounded girl. She's eaten in at least 8 states of the most fine gourmet crickets there are. And she's had a few run-ins with some celebrities. Jay Leno's arm, Mandy Moore said she was cute. I mean, come on, how could you not love her? Now, spiders are a really cool pet. I know that. But there's some controversy of whether or not they should be handled. Because they do have fangs. They can bite. Doesn't mean they will. I mean, you have teeth. You can bite. But do you go around biting everyone? Probably not. I hope not. Spider's defense of kicking hairs is when they take their back leg, like she has her back leg raised, and they flick it really fast until a cloud of hairs comes up. So if something like a dog or a bird comes up and tries to get them, these hairs are really itchy and get in their eyes and throat and make them go away. And the spider walks on its merry way, a little bit bolder, until its next molt. Now, tarantulas molt about once or twice a year. And you're like, molting? What's that? Well, you know how a snake sheds? They shed their skin too. But it's more like they shed everything. And when they're done, it looks like a replica of the spider. And with every molt, they get a little bit bigger. Another cool thing is, if something happens to a tarantula and it loses its leg, then after a few molts, that leg will grow back. That'd be a cool thing for humans to have. Now, when a tarantula hunts for food, they have a cool tracker so that they don't get lost. Because remember, although they have 8 eyes, the eyesight's not very good, and you can't exactly give a tarantula glasses. So, they have 2 cool things. In the front, they sense things with their legs. They can feel vibrations of crickets moving to hunt. But also, so they can get back to their home, you see her spinnerets back here? When she's going somewhere, all she has to do is lay down silk, and she can sense her way back to wherever she came from. Now with travel, the females usually like to stay close to home, but the males, they are so desperate. They go for miles and miles looking for a wife, and they really don't have an intention of going back. They find a wife, and they travel far and wide to do it.
Come on, Kizzie. Let's go show the kids some of the other spiders. Spiders come in all different kinds of shapes and sizes, from the size of a thumbtack to the size of a dinner plate. This is Bones. She's a Brachypelma amelia. Look at her beautiful colors. They come in tons of varieties, shades from pink to brown to green to iridescent. Look right into this Trinidad chevron. He's very mad and he flipped himself over. He's actually eating upside down because he's so grumpy. Now, this is not a species you want to handle, so I'm just going to let him be.
I mentioned spinnerets before. Now you've seen spiders in the garden and they have these big webs. And you're probably thinking, am I going to see this hanging from one? No, no, no. First off, these guys are heavier than your average garden spider, so you're not going to find them hanging anywhere. Now spiders are a really good pet. Maybe not for a younger child, but if you want to, you just don't let them handle them a lot.
So how tiny do tarantulas start out? Well, let me show you. That is a baby tarantula. This is Albert Einstein, and she's in a Phonopelma texas, meaning, of course, that she's found in Texas. All the Phonopelma species are found in the US of A. Tarantulas live for a long, long time. They can live anywhere from 15 to 30 to 50 years. If you get one of them, you're going to have a little bit of a commitment. Now, everything I've shown you so far is a tarantula. So, what kind of other spiders are there? Come on, here's a spider right now. This is an orchard spider. This one makes a big web and catches things in it. Now you can tell this black widow is sealed up, and I am not going to take her out. Because, yeah, she is dangerous. And if you see one of these, back away or have a parent take care of it. Look how big she is. You can even see her hourglass underneath, which is how you can tell a black widow. But there's no real other spider like her. Those long legs and jet black color, she's very distinguishable. These little white balls that you see are egg sacs. That means that all these little dots are her babies. Now they can have hundreds and hundreds of babies at a time, but they don't all survive. Spiders have their own special talent. We've all read Charlotte's Web, and that's what we're going to talk about, webs. Now, while tarantulas don't make the huge orb webs that you find in the forest, they do lay down a mat of silk or make their own little bed out of it. Now, the big webs that you see in the forest and when you walk into them, a lot of people go into a panic. Even if I walk into them, I'm worried about if I hurt the spider. But the worst thing you usually have to worry about, because the spider's cleared off, is getting the web out of your hair. Most spiders that you find outside have fangs that are too small and too fragile to penetrate human skin, so they don't even try. The only thing they're worried about penetrating is a mosquito.
Tarantulas don't like you to make decisions for them, so let them come to you. I am petting her a little bit just to let her know that it's okay and I'm fine, but I don't want to upset her in any way. You can scoop them up, but come on, Fluffy. See? And now she can be comfortable. I hope you all have a very wonderful Valentine's Day and find the animal love of your life. Don't try that at home. Right, Kizzie? Right. What do you mean you have a confession to make? What? Do you like him? Well, I guess whatever makes you happy.